Hello everyone, did you know that the population of warthogs in Africa has increased in recent years, estimated 22,250, causing severe damage to crops and ecosystems? Or have you ever wondered how African farmers and hunters manage to protect their livelihoods against millions of invasive species wreaking havoc across the continent? Invasive species, from feral pigs to non-native plants, are intensifying the problem. Join us as we dive into the wild world of African farmers and hunters to uncover how they control millions of warthogs and invasive species, using innovative solutions and modern technology to tackle the challenge. Africa is home to a variety of antelope species that are as diverse as they are widespread across the continent. As like warthogs are increasingly coming into contact with humans due to habitat loss and the expansion of agriculture. This has forced warthogs to leave their habitats in search of food and land. When they enter human settlements, they can spread diseases to livestock and raid crops and pastures. These invasive species cause damage $3 billion in each year. The growing population of warthogs and invasive species is causing serious problems for farmers and the environment in Africa. That's why African farmers and hunters face a unique challenge from the relentless rise of warthogs, antelopes, and invasive species. Warthogs, with their strong digging abilities, often tear up fields in search of food, destroying crops and leaving farmland unusable. For farmers who rely on these crops to feed their families and communities, this damage be very devastating. Sometimes warthogs even attack on humans and cause severe injury. But this battle with warthogs isn't over. It's a fight that continues alongside humans as they adapt and use new strategies to protect their land and livelihoods. When warthogs don't have access to food or shelter, they become more aggressive and enter into new areas where they spread diseases that harm livestock. These animals often compete with local wildlife for food and shelter, upsetting the natural balance of ecosystems. African farmers and hunters use a mix of traditional and modern methods to manage the growing populations of warthogs and invasive species. The first method, farmer using live traps, which are large cage-like structures baited with food like fruits or vegetables. The warthogs are attracted to the food, and once they enter, the trap door closes, safely capturing them. Afterward, the captured warthogs can be relocated or, depending on local rules, euthanized in a humane way. Another method is pitfall traps, which are large holes dug into the ground and covered with branches to make them hard to see. When a warthog walks over it, it falls into the pit and can't escape. However, pitfall traps are less common because they can be dangerous for the animals. The second method, farmers use snares, which are simple loops of wire set along trails where warthogs frequently walk. When a warthog walks into the loop, it tightens around its neck or body, capturing it. Snares need to be checked often to avoid causing harm or injury to the animal. They are usually placed in areas where warthogs are known to feed or travel, such as near water or grazing areas. Sometimes, farmers use scents or bait to draw the warthogs in. However, the use of snares is often regulated to ensure they are humane and don't accidentally capture other animals. Because of these concerns, farmers typically use snares alongside other methods to minimize the risk of catching non-target animals. Community hunting is another common practice. Groups of hunters come together during specific seasons to manage animal populations, turning the task into a cultural event where stories, food, and skills are shared. Controlled burns are also used to clear overgrown vegetation, helping farmers reduce hiding spots for invasive species while renewing the soil. Some farmers use electric fencing to keep animals away from their crops, while others rely on motion sensor cameras to monitor wildlife activity. In some regions, drones are employed to track animal movements, making it easier to prevent damage before it happens. Wildlife management programs also help by relocating animals to less populated areas or creating reserves where they can live without harming farmland. By combining these approaches, farmers and hunters are finding effective ways to tackle this growing challenge while protecting both their livelihoods and the environment. One inspiring story. In Kenya, farmers faced a big problem. Warthogs were destroying their crops and threatening their livelihoods. But they didn't give up. They found a clever solution by mixing old and new methods. They set up snares near water sources and animal trails, which helped reduce the number of warthogs entering their farms. At the same time, they put up solar-powered electric fences around their crops. These fences were not only cheap but also worked great, keeping the animals out without hurting them. The farmers' combined efforts made a real difference and saved their crops. These practices are vital for protecting crops, supporting local agriculture, and maintaining the balance of ecosystems. By combining tradition with innovation, farmers and hunters are finding sustainable ways to manage wildlife while ensuring a healthier future for both communities and nature. What do you think about these wildlife management strategies? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to check out our other videos for more insights on how communities are balancing nature and survival. Thank you for watching.